Hi guys, this is your girl Michelle coming back to you with another YouTube video. If you're watching for the very first time, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. For those of you who have been watching my videos, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about a very important topic. Today I'm going to discuss how you can become a U.S. citizen in less than 6 months. So now you know this topic actually applies to green card holders. Green card holders who got their green card through marriage, their parents, the refugee program, asylum program, and the lottery program, okay? Or if you're working on becoming a permanent resident, you're yet to get your green card, and you're interested in joining the U.S. Navy, this topic is for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk about me first. I'm going to talk about how I got my citizenship. Okay, so I had discussed in the previous video that I was a green card holder before I joined the Navy. I had 3 days left on my green card before it expired. Okay, so that's when I got shipped off to boot camp. 3 days before my green card expired. Even if it's gonna expire 1 day before you get shipped off, guys, you can still use that green card. Okay? Alright, so as I said, I'm gonna talk about my experience. Okay, so after I went to boot camp, and after I was done with boot camp, and I went to A school, you're gonna go to A school. Some people may leave A school and go to C school depending on their rate. Okay, for me, I did not go to a C school. I only went to an A school, and I stayed there for only 2 months. Okay, so when I went there, there was someone there who was in charge of helping permanent residents to become a citizen. So she started my paperwork about 3 weeks of me being there. Started my paperwork around in March, and by May I was already approved to become a U.S. citizen. I did my exam because you have to do an exam. It's a kind of a civic exam to test your knowledge and how much you know about the United States. So you're gonna take that test. You must pass that test. If you don't pass that test, they'll give you another opportunity to take that test. After you take that test, you pass that test, then you're gonna swear in. Okay, so I became a U.S. citizen in July of 2019. I finished A school April of 2019, and I became a United States citizen in July of 2019. Okay, so I am going to share with you how you can become a U.S. citizen in 6 months, or in less than 6 months. Okay, I'm pushing it to 6 months. It could be less than 6 months because some sailors that I've helped so far, they got their citizenship in less than 3 months. All right, so first off, as I said, you must have your green card, and you intend on joining the Navy. All right, so say you join the Navy, you get in, you finish boot camp. You're gonna go through the very same process. Now, a lot of people does not know the process, especially if they were born in the United States. They don't know the process of getting the citizenship. Okay, I did my research before. And before I even joined the Navy, I helped a few people to get their green card as well. I filed for a few people as well. All right, I filed for my son. All right, so I'm just gonna go a little deeper. I filed for my son and I filed for my daughter. So I used to do lengthy researches, and I got a lot of information in regards to uh, becoming a permanent resident, uh, and a citizen. Okay, so first off, you go through boot camp, then you're going to go through A school, and in A school, this is when you will start the process. You might not have someone to help you with the process, but you can start this process on your own. Okay? So there are two forms that you need to complete. Okay, one is called the N400 application for naturalization, and the other one is called the N426, the N426 request for certification of military or naval services. And this can be found on the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration website. Okay, so those are the forms that you will complete. After you complete those two forms, the next step is to give the N426 to your chain of command. They will route it up to an O6. It must be an O6. Can't be less than an O6. It cannot be your commanding officer. It has to be a captain or the admiral or above. Okay, so they're gonna sign the forms, and there are after they sign the form, they must. Okay, let me rephrase. I am sorry, guys. Okay, after the officer signed the N426, the officer should put a remark on the form. A lot of officers left that area empty, and then a couple weeks later, it is sent back to the applicant. It is sent back from USCIS to the applicant, and that makes the process even longer. You don't want to do that, okay? All right, so the officer who is signing your N426 must put a remark about you if you are in good standing in your command. Just to write something about you in that section. Must. Okay, otherwise it will come back to you, and they will be requesting that the officer add a remark. All right, so you want to get that out of the way. After you get that out of the way, guys, what you're gonna do, so they normally ask that your command mail these documents off. You can also mail the documents yourself. All right, so what you're gonna mail with your N426 and your N400, you will need 2 passport size pictures. And you should also take your fingerprints. Now, if you don't do that, it's the same thing. It's gonna stretch out the whole process. USCIS will send you a letter requesting additional information, requesting that you go into the local office to take your fingerprint and to take pictures. To avoid all of that, everything can be sent in the one package. Okay, so you're gonna put together your N426, your N400, your picture, 2 passport size pictures. Do not take them in your military uniform. Your N-dubs. That's what we call our uniform, N-dubs, the Navy working uniform. It could be a different branch, but you cannot take your passport size picture in your working uniform. It can be taken in your undershirt, which is the brown one, and that's it. So put together your N426, your N400, your passport size picture, and you're gonna go to a precinct, and take your fingerprints. Okay, you might pay $5 or so, but that's okay, right? Nothing is really free. Okay, as I said, nothing is really free. Getting your citizenship in the military is one of the many benefits that you can get in the military. Okay, You don't have to pay for your citizenship. You don't have to pay to put in this paperwork at all. You don't have to pay a cent. Okay, but as I said, you might pay $5 to get your fingerprint taken at the precinct. You're gonna compile all of that, put those together in an envelope. I'm gonna put the address where you will need to send it to in the description box, or you can go online, because for each state there is a different office where you will need to send your package. I am living in Virginia, so where I would send my documents would be totally different from a person living in California or in New York. Their office would be a totally different office. Okay, so after you mail those off, you can always call USCIS at any time to find out the status of your application. If you don't want to do that, you can certainly wait. If they need anything else, they will send a letter to you. Okay, once you send all the documents I told you to send, trust me, they will not be sending for anything else unless your application form had an error. Okay, all right, so after that is done, you're gonna wait maybe about 3 weeks later. You may get a letter telling you that your interview is upcoming. Okay, they're gonna give you enough time to prepare for this interview. Remember, study for this test. They can ask you any civic questions. Study. A lot of people went to the interview unprepared and failed. Okay, so it's up to you to study and get your citizenship. I studied, I went and I did my test. On my first try, I passed my test. You can do it, okay? It's not that hard. Okay, so you're gonna go and you're gonna do your interview. You don't need to tell any lies. You don't need to make up stories. You're in the military. It should be smooth sailing for you. Okay? Just don't make up any stories. Don't lie to the immigration officers, because it would not go down well for you. Once they find out, they can, if they had already given you your citizenship, they can always withdraw it. Can be revoked. Okay? So just be straight up, tell the truth. Everything will be okay. Okay, so after your interview, once everything is okay, you're successful, you will get a notification in the mail of when to go and swear in. Okay, so it's gonna be at a courthouse. It could also be where you took that test as well, at the immigration office. All right, so that's how easy it is, guys. That's how easy it is. You can get your citizenship in less than 6 months. I helped 2 sailors at my command to get their, 3 sailors to get their citizenship in less than 3 months. Okay? Guys, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. After you get your citizenship, if you're married, if you have a family, you have a wife, and she is a green card holder, if you're traveling overseas, say you get an order to work overseas, say Japan or Italy or just somewhere overseas, and your wife is a green card holder, you can apply for your wife or your family, which would be your children, to become citizens. And I'm gonna read something to you guys. I decided not to put it in the description box. I'm just gonna go ahead and read it to you. Guys, age is catching up on me. I gotta wear my glasses. Once I had 20/20 vision, but I no longer have a 20/20 vision. Okay, so I am gonna read to you how your family, your wife and your children can become naturalized. Okay, so this is expedited naturalization for spouses of service members. Spouses of U.S. citizen service members who are or will be stationed outside the United States may be eligible for expedited naturalization in the U.S. under Section 319B of the Immigration and Nationality Act, INA. To apply for naturalization under INA 319B, you generally must be age 18 or older, establish your spouse is a U.S. citizen who is or will be regularly stationed abroad as a U.S. service member for a period of 1 year or more. Be authorized to accompany your spouse abroad by your spouse's official orders. Be present in the U.S. as a lawful permanent resident at the time of your naturalization application interview. Be present in the U.S. at the time of naturalization. Declaring good faith upon naturalization and intent to reside abroad with your U.S. citizen spouse and to reside in the U.S. immediately upon your spouse termination of service abroad. Be able to read, write, and speak basic English. Have a basic knowledge of U.S. history and government civics, and have been and continue to be a person of good moral character, attached to the principles of the U.S. Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the U.S. during all relevant periods under the law. Okay, guys, this information can be found on the USCIS website. Okay, guys, I remember one more thing. When I just got to my command, the two of the three people who I helped were told that they would have to wait until they are in the military for 1 year before they could apply for their citizenship. That is not true. Once you leave boot camp, you can start filing for your citizenship. Don't wait. There are those who will come and insist that you wait for 1 year. Okay? You don't have to wait. It says that you can go ahead and file for your citizenship in wartime. We're currently in wartime. It's wartime. Okay? Either way, guys, don't wait for 1 year. As soon as you leave boot camp and you go to A school, start filing your citizenship. Okay, so as I said earlier, your spouse and your children can become a citizen if you are leaving to work overseas. You just have to put in the application for citizenship, the N-400 form, and you're going to also explain and send your orders to USCIS that you will be moving overseas. They will get their citizenship. I wanted to talk about one more thing, guys. Okay, so say you're not moving overseas, and you're staying here in the United States. If you have family members back home where you're from, mom or dad, even your siblings, you can file. Okay? I would encourage you to file for your parents first. Filing for your siblings could take up to 20 to 25 years. Who want to wait that long? Not me. Surely not me. I would not want to wait that long, guys. All right, so your parents, you can file for your parents. You're now a citizen, so you can file for your parents, and the processing time is less than 1 year. It could take 6 months. Uh, when your parents get here, then they can file for their children who are your siblings. Okay, you can help them. You can be a joint sponsor with your parents to file for your siblings. And once they do that, it could take, say, anywhere from about 9 months to a year or a year and a half for them to get here. Worst case scenario, 2 years. Well, it's better than 20 or 25 years, right? All right, guys, I promised that I would make the video short. It's not so short. I am so sorry. But it's good information, right? 20 minutes. Okay, now if you need any additional information, guys, please reach out to me. This is something that I do, that I'm not an expert. I am not a lawyer. It's my disclaimer. It's not a professional. It's not professional advice. It's based on my experience and those that I've helped at my workplace. I am a point of contact at my workplace for those who are seeking to get their citizenship. Okay, I have enough information, or I know enough information that can help you also. Hopefully your situation isn't complicated, but I doubt it would be once you get into the military, okay, or more so the Navy. So you get in. If you have any issues filing for yourself, for your spouse, for your children, you can always reach out to me. You can send me a message, write a comment. I'll definitely answer you, talk to you on a one-on-one basis if you'd like to. I can help you with that. Okay, so I'm not gonna drag it out anymore. If there's something that I'm missing, because guys, I thought YouTube videos were easy to make, but they're not. Okay, there were many times when I was doing my videos and I had to start over like so many times. So they're just not easy to make. Okay, sometimes some of the things that I really wanted to talk about, I don't even remember them. I try to write them down. Sometimes I try to write down what I want to say, but I don't like to do that. I just want to be natural. Okie dokie. So again, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification button, that bell, actually, that bell, so that way you can get videos when I upload them, like new videos when I upload them. I wanted to say something else. Oh my goodness. It will come. It will come. Okay. Remember, send me a message, write a comment. If there's anything else that you want to hear, something that you're not clear on, let me know. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, something relating to the Navy, I'd be more than happy to make a video on that. Am I missing anything? Okay. All right, guys. As I said, drop me a message if you need clarification on anything. Okay, guys. Out. Peace.